Yeah.
You may as well shave one eyebrow as well. Be really good.
Yeah, or
Doug, I tell you what, if we get in
I could
person,
go goth.
if we get in person, I'll get some of my beard and I'll split it. I'll be able to wrap it around you, and we'll be able to hang it from the front so it'll look like you got one.
Sorry to cut you off. Troy, just want to jump in, mate. Yeah, keep going, mate. About the why.
Oh, just the why, I guess. Yeah, I mean, look, everyone's got their story, but as a young tacker, I did the old foster cares and bounced around safe house, all that sort of stuff, and then my old man took his life when I was about 15. So he always wanted me to get into boxing and all that sort of stuff, and it was bizarre because we never got along and all that sort of stuff, and sort of pushed him to the side and didn't want anything to do with the bloke. And then he passed, and I sat down with Mum. I said, all right, I think I'm going to do the boxing. And within 10 months, I'd won the state title, went to the nationals, got silver. But it was my why that got me up running 14 Ks every day. And it was my why that as negative as it may seem in the back of someone's mind, and that, you know, the torment of trying to figure out life, especially at that age, it's really what pushes you. And I think we all have that. We've just got to embrace our past instead of drag it like a ball and chain and use that negative and turn it into a positive to keep kicking goals in life. And that's what you're doing, mate. And I just commend you. It's just awesome. You know, it's amazing how many people, when you grasp a hold of what's going on in their life and push forward for it, how it inspires so many, you know, like even, you know, the story that Andy shared, you know, going through the, and, you know, losing millions and all the rest of it. I didn't want to go on air. I didn't want to go public with it. I didn't want to drag my name through the mud with it because of my acting career, I guess. But when I did, about a year and a half ago, I did a story on a current affair, and it went viral. We had about 4.5 million views, and I had about 4,000 messages privately. And, you know, it was just it was just a humbling thing, you know, to sort of share my life a bit more in the public eye. Of gone through some tough times. And then when I ran for a seat in Parliament, it was just the same sort of thing, you know, a whole bunch of support. And this is the thing, so many people hold their burdens onto their chest and stew about it in their head instead of just speaking up and sharing so that people relate to it. And so many people were relating to it, you know, just my story, let alone everyone else has got their own individual story. But a lot of the Landmark Forum and these amazing courses, self-development courses, they relate on people sharing their story. Tony Robbins does the same stuff. I was watching some of his stuff last night. But it's just sharing your story and what you're doing, mate, sharing your story. I just commend you. You know, it's a big-ass walk. I feel a little bit for you. Like, I can relate a little bit. Like, me and some mates did Cape to Cape. And we did, I had some filming first. So I got down there at like friggin' midnight, could not sleep. I was sleeping in the car, didn't want to wake everyone up. I had about an hour and a half sleep. We did 36 kilometres the first day, and then another 32 kilometres. I had not trained an iota for it, but it's amazing. I always say, like, the mind quits before the body does, but the body 100%. Tells you when to rest.
Yeah,
Did
man,
you ever
that's 60%.
Get compensation, Troy?
Mate, funny you mentioned that. I had court again yesterday. So I had a lawyer on board for 2 years, just really dragging their feet with it. I genuinely, my heart felt like it was the wrong lawyer for it. When the story aired on The Current Affair, the lawyer dropped the case. And I found out through a private investigator that the lawyer's wife was a superintendent with the police.
Oh.
So,
mate.
Yeah, fuming.
Wow.
So the crazy part is that 2 years, when I did the filming for Current Affair, they had my files. They were the only law firm that had any of like my files, my originals. So I went in there to collect the files. They wanted Current Affair, wanted me to flick through the files, like get an image of it. Anyway, long story short, I put them in the boot, went back up, filmed, came back down. about 4 hours later, my car had been broken into. All my files have been knocked off.
Wow.
Yeah, second time this has happened in 8 years. So I've had to recollate all of the files again. I've now done that. So this is why it's taken time. I've had to represent myself for the past 4 appearances. And yesterday, I had court again. And, in the mix of just trying to find another lawyer, we got it postponed another month. So I've got another month. So just
what
looking
a
for
load
a
of
friggin'
conspiracy, mate. What a load of conspiracy. We think, I don't even want to go down that track.
Yeah. It's funny, like,
mate.
Running for a seat in Parliament was an interesting journey and experience. You know, I've always believed that you can accomplish anything. It's
Yep.
I'm not a politician. I never would have seen myself to be that. Or property developer, or doing any, like, you just an actor. You just commit yourself and do it.